Welcome to the Towering Tropical Shirt NFL Football Update, where I get to talk about all things NFL. As usual, brought to you by Mango Rum, so good and good for you. Here we are, we're already in week 5. Every team out there has already played 4 games, and these are the things that you already know about certain teams. You know that the Jets are still going to struggle. You know that the Cowboys ain't nearly as good as we thought they were. And we also know that no matter what happens, the Chiefs are still the team to beat. So let's look at some games. Oh, we also know one thing also in week 5. Eagle fans, you ain't losing this week. You're on a bye. Anyway, let's talk about some of the great matchups we got. We're going to start off with the early morning game. Jets in London to take on the Vikings. Hello there, Governor. What's this then? Is that game where the Americans played the cold tackle football? Yes, I did that bad English accent for my wife, Christine. Love you, sugar. So, Vikings 4-0. Surprise team in the league, maybe number 1A. Meanwhile, the Jets, even though they played poorly last week, only scoring 9 points, they still had a chance to win, if not for, like Greg the Leg, kicking that field goal that goes wide. Go figure. So how do I see this game going? I'll put it to you this way. The Vikings right now are playing with house money. Whatever they do now between the next couple of weeks, they're 4-0. They're feeling good. The pressure is on the Jets to win this. And particularly, they got to look better on offense. How do I see this game going? Basically, let's put it this way. You really think Aaron Rodgers wants to lose back-to-back games to a rookie and to Sam Darnold? I don't think so. I like the Jets. Here's another intriguing matchup. We've got the Baltimore Ravens going into the jungle in Cincinnati, the jungle, which looks like my backyard, to take on the Bengals. Now, I don't know about y'all, but Cincinnati, for them, the rest of the year, every game's a playoff game. Yes, they got their one victory last week against the Panthers. Wow, big whoop. So, you know, they're 1-3, and if they go 1-4, you can pretty much punt the season goodbye. Meanwhile, the Ravens, they look like they've righted the ship a little bit now. They're at 2-2 and getting some momentum. You know why? Because they figured out, hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, King Henry. Here come that man again. He's got like what, back-to-back games of 140 yards rushing plus. How do I see this game going? Ain't no reason to change a formula that works, Baltimore. Yes, you still have Lamar Jackson. Your passing game is still kind of suspect, but you got Lamar Henry. Hand off the ball to the big man. Bengals can't stop anybody anyway. They want to outscore you. They're not going to have a shot. I like the Bengals to win. I mean, let's rephrase that. I'm going to take the Ravens to win. Here's a matchup between 3-1 teams. You've got the Buffalo Bills going into Houston to take on the Texans. Some are calling this a revenge game because Houston now has Stephon Diggs, who pretty much was booted out of Buffalo. Had some hard feelings about that. Now, both teams at 3-1 look good, although the Bills were 3-0 last week, but then, you know, they played a really good team and got whacked when they played the Ravens. How do I see this game going? Well, in Buffalo, you know, Josh Allen took a not so subtle dig at Stephon Diggs, saying that, like, you know, they're a better team now without him offensively. Well, yeah, I got some news for you. You know that Josh Allen wants to throw for over 300 yards and throw like 4 touchdowns to 4 different people. Meanwhile, Stephon Diggs and his quarterback, C.J. Stroud, Diggs has got revenge on his mind. And, you know, Diggs is like, look, I want to catch 10 balls for like $150 and 2 TDs. How do I see this game going? I like the Texans at home. I think while the Bills are pretty good, I think the Texans are a much more rounded team. I like the Texans to win. Another intriguing matchup. The Cowboys going into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Now, some might think that the Cowboys have righted their ship a little bit, but they only beat the Giants on Thursday Night Football. Ain't no big thing. Meanwhile, the Steelers, in a game that, you know, they played sloppy, they lost to the Colts. But, you know, it ain't just, don't blame Justin Fields because he's been balling. How do I see this game going? Come on, let's face it. Cowboy fans, suck it up. You're not making the playoffs. You ain't winning the division. Your defense is all banged up. You've only got one offensive weapon in CeeDee Lamb, and you can't run the football. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh, they seem to be getting on that roll offensively now with Justin Fields, and we all know about how great their defense is. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Sean Scarrett, you're going to like this one. I'm taking the Steelers to win. Our last game we're going to talk about, how about this one? The Cleveland Browns going into Washington to take on the Commanders, a.k.a. the Commies. Tale of two quarterbacks in this one. You got Deshaun Watson, who's kind of looking like Oliver from the movie Oliver Twist, or, we're like, oh, what do I do here? And meanwhile, rookie Jalen Daniels, kicking ass, not looking like a rookie at all. How do I see this game going? Well, the Commanders, the Commies, they're playing with confidence. Their defense is still suspect, but they can drop points on you. They can score through the air, and they've got Austin Eckler, and their running attack is kind of balanced. So they can score points. Meanwhile, the Browns, offensively, they're a mess. They can't figure out what they're doing with the football. Deshaun Watson is still not, it just doesn't look right. And their defense is getting kind of banged up with Myles Garrett. The pressure's on the Clowns, but I like the Commies to win this one. Actually, I like them to win this one going away. So there you have it. Hey, how did I do last week? Not as good as the week before, but I still went 3-2. I believe that takes my record to 13-7. Not too shabby, Tabby. So no matter where you are, enjoy the games, watch them, subscribe, or just text me or email me, or you can even FaceTime me because I'm going to be watching some football. Everybody have a great Sunday. See you next week.